Now you see, I thought that you'd be able to take your paddleboard along and just plonk it into a river or an estuary or a canal or in the sea and just paddle away without any issues at all. But sneakily in the back of my mind I'm thinking, do you know what, I bet you need a license for this. And now correct I was. It's even better than that. Different waterways have different license requirements as well. And depending on where you go in the country, depends on what type of license you have to purchase. Okay, so you need to buy a license, but what type of license do I need? And who provides the license? As you can see, there are 3 listed here. So the Canal Trust, the Environment Agency and the Norfolk Broads. Now there is one body that seems to encompass, I'm going to say 90% of the English waterways, because you need to go and check where you're paddling as to what rules apply to you. So this takes us on to the British Canoeing Club. Now it might be called British, but actually they only supply the waterways license. I'm going to say 90% of the English waterways, but there would be a separate body that you have to get a license for in Wales and Norfolk Broads, for example. And in Scotland they have this roam ability, which means you can use everything at no cost and no charge and no license required at all. And just to make matters worse, not everywhere requires a license anyhow. And so, have a look on the British Canoeing website, which is free by the way, and you can have a look to see whether or not you need a license. And on that note, and as I am an English resident, I'm choosing the one on the left hand side, which is £45. If I was in Wales, then I'd have to purchase the Welsh licence, and so on, including Norfolk Broads. But this one, the licence I've got, does cover England and Wales waterways. Okay then, that covers licensing. Now then, part of the British Canoeing Club, there's a link to this Go Paddling website. On the Go Paddling website is somewhere where you can put in where you want to paddle. And so I put in Swindon, and it said, oh, actually, you've got the Kennet and Avon canals nearby. Yes, it does need a licence, and you can see it's done by the Canal River Trust, but it is included in the British Canoeing membership that you have. So I go, that's good. And one of the first things I'm going to want to know, if I can just spin up to the top of this page, on the right hand side, is there anywhere to park my car? And then where can I launch it? So if I have a look on one of these, I'll just pick that one. There's a little overview. It's from a place called the Barge Inn. There is some parking there, and there's a pub nearby. And then if I have a look at the comments section, these are things that people have uploaded. So there's pictures, so you can actually see the car park and see the launch points as well. Going on there as well, go into routes, people have been in there. You can see that there's a couple of routes that people have taken, and they've uploaded. I haven't clicked on the view bit, but you could click on the view and it will show you everything about that particular site. Also, if you have a look at location, it actually uses 3 words, which is obviously better than a postcode, and that tells you exactly where you're going to launch from. Now if I zoom in a little bit further, that particular launch has a P on it as well. And what I found, so if you go to the very top of this and click on the parking bit, it tells you all about the types of P that you're seeing there, whether it's a British Waterways car park or somewhere you can launch as well. This particular one has got a pit in, and it's a slipway that's there. So, you know, all these things help. I'll click on another one and then click on overview. I go into have a look at the parking bit. Simple put in from the moorings, blah 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 blah. So you can see you're getting information about what it is you're looking at, which I think is actually quite good. Now, going on to the British Canoeing site, without logging in, I'll just go and have a look at the memberships of it. And what we're looking at is the one on the left hand side, which is for individuals, or there is a family one, and if you go all the way to the right you get the digital version free, and the second one from the right there is if you're volunteering. But what I'm interested in is the fact that you get your British Waterways license, but also included with it is public liability insurance, along with loads of other stuff that it does as well. And after logging in, you'll see it's just like the Caravan Club in so much that you get discounts of various different products, like we get them on Volvo cars, etc, etc. Well, they get the same thing. If you look on that list on the left hand side, even you can get 10% if you join the Caravan Club. And so it's not just kayak, canoe and sup related items, there's other things as well, including a magazine look, and right at the very bottom, Jaffa. Well, I think it's Jaffa fruit. Yeah, it is Jaffa fruit. But if I go all the way up to the top there, where is it? Gilmarine. It's not at the top there. It is Gil. Just click on that. You get 15% discount on all their products, even if they're related to wetsuits or clothing or whatever it happens to be. Now I shall have a quick look at the accessories bit on their website, and the reason for that is because I've had to buy some sunglasses that float. So yeah, there are items that you need. That's what I got, that bright neon colour. Yeah, I did have to purchase a few extra bits and bobs other than just the paddleboard. But anyway, enough's enough. What's that?
There's such a big part of me that wants to laugh.
Okay. Not enough room here to turn around. There we go, halfway in.
Is that water cold?
Not too bad actually.
So which way are you going to go, right or left?
You have to go that way towards the locks.
Oh, okay, fair
You
enough.
don't have to go in locks.
No.
That's cold. Alright, I'm wet now. Not so much then.
Mind your head, Steve, because it's very narrow. Sit down.
Yeah, alright. Lie on it first. Don't run before you can walk. Said it was easier, get going. Getting on your knees is a bit of a challenge. Do that bit first. Getting back on it with a life vest is a bit of a challenge as well.
Okay.
That way works.
Yeah, but there's no law that says you have to stand on the paddleboard.
Yeah. You got to do anything with your legs. Together.
Mind your head.
Next time, wait to go on holiday. I'm knackered. That was fun though. Now you know how it works. Everybody says, oh, there's an app for that, and sure enough, there is an app for this. Now you don't need an app, you don't have to buy an app, but as soon as I saw this one, I thought, oh, now they see that is beneficial. Now it's beneficial in two ways. First of all, it's a logger, so it logs when you've set off, where you've been, and how long it took you. Now also what it will do is it will fire off an SMS to say you've set off on your session, on your predetermined session, that is, because you can specify how long it's going to be, and then it will fire off another one, as in a red alert, if you haven't checked in by a certain amount of time. Again, you can specify that. But the biggest clincher for me was the fact that it offered an iWatch app. I have an iWatch 6, so therefore it's waterproof, in which case I'm going to have it with me at all times. So you got your 20-second timer, which I've got set on my phone, which is to give me time to get paddling, put it in the sea. So as you can see, it's counting down. Below that is the GPS signal of the phone, and down at the bottom right hand side is a 2-hour delay before it calls my dedicated person, which in this case is Fiona. And on the top left here is racing, and obviously I won't be doing any of that, so I don't need any racing info, but the other three are superb.
So how does it feel, Steve, to complete a ride in the sea, paddling on your knees? Fabulous. And you didn't fall off at all?
Fabulous, and that was fun. It really was fun. And these shoes we bought in Torquay Marina was a godsend, which would have been fine apart from the toggle that was there. I had to cut that off, so I was coming back wearing most of the beach, or certainly bringing it back with me, and that's not the case with these. Pretty good, but I'm knackered.